Have you ever felt like something invisible is secretly blocking the flow of wealth into your home? No matter how hard you work, how much you try to save, luck always seems to slip right through your fingers. But what if the problem is not you, but something sitting right on top of your refrigerator? It might sound unbelievable, but according to ancient Feng Shui teachings, the refrigerator is not just a place to store food. It is actually a powerful energy station that directly influences the flow of money and stability in your household. And here is the shocking part. Many people, maybe even you, are unknowingly placing the wrong objects on top of their refrigerator, which leads to financial losses, depleted luck, and a sense of unease at home, all without realizing it. In today's video, I am going to reveal a secret from ancient Feng Shui. A small object that, if placed correctly on your refrigerator, can unlock a flow of prosperity that may have been buried or blocked for years. Make sure to watch until the very end, because just one tiny detail that you overlook could cost you a golden chance to change your fortune. And before we begin, do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a positive comment below. As your personal commitment, I am worthy of receiving abundance. In applied Feng Shui, every single object in your home, from the front door, the stove, your bed, and yes, even the refrigerator, carries a certain kind of energy. That energy can either support you or block you. And what makes the difference is not the price of the item, but its location, its shape, and what you place on top of it. The refrigerator represents abundance and sufficiency. It symbolizes the constant flow of food, which in many Eastern traditions is directly tied to the flow of wealth, health, and stability. In these philosophies, any place that stores and circulates resources can be considered a reservoir of prosperity energy. But here's the catch: this reservoir is not always open. Sometimes we are the ones unknowingly locking it shut. Here is the issue. So many people are making a surprisingly common mistake, placing seemingly harmless items on top of their refrigerator. Some of these objects actually carry conflicting or stagnant energy that blocks fortune or drains life force. For example, putting an old microwave, a heavy water dispenser, or even a dried-up potted plant up there. These do not just disrupt energy flow, they create a heavy, sluggish atmosphere. Unfortunately, this is happening in millions of homes every single day. Without realizing it, we are turning the refrigerator into a center of stagnant energy instead of a source of life-giving energy. A place that should nurture blessings is slowly becoming an invisible clog that harms our overall luck. This is not superstition. It is an understanding of your living environment, where every little detail matters. If you have ever felt suffocated in your own kitchen, if your job constantly feels unstable, or if your finances seem to keep slipping away, it might come down to one simple thing. You have placed the wrong object on your refrigerator, and the item you should place up there, the one that can reopen the flow of wealth, is what I am about to reveal in the next part. It is a simple object, but one that holds powerful energy. It has been used in ancient rituals to unlock blocked fortune and redirect prosperity back into your life. Now, imagine walking into your own kitchen, the space that is supposed to nourish and refresh you, but instead you feel cold, restless, and weighed down. Most people chalk that up to stress or daily pressure, but in truth, the energy of your living space has a direct effect on your emotions, your fortune, and your overall flow of life. The refrigerator, as the place where food is stored, is a direct symbol of your assets, your sense of stability, and your life force. And it is not just a household appliance. In Feng Shui, both the placement and the way you interact with your refrigerator determine whether the energy in your home flows smoothly or gets blocked. Let us look at some common mistakes that many people are making without realizing. Placing heavy or sharp objects on top of the refrigerator. Things like a microwave, a pressure cooker, or a blender might seem harmless, but they weigh down the energy above your fridge. This creates pressure and stagnation, which can lead to delays and constant interruptions in your career and major plans. Keeping old, broken, or unused items on top. These objects tend to accumulate negative energy. According to many Feng Shui experts, placing items like that near a key energy center, like your refrigerator, can disrupt the flow of wealth and even cause friction in your relationships. Placing mirrors, old clocks, or outdated calendars on the fridge. Mirrors bounce energy. Clocks represent the passage of time, and calendars are symbols of the flow of life. When these objects interact with the wealth energy of your refrigerator, they may cause your fortune to slip away faster or delay your blessings. A common warning sign is this: even though your home is full of food, there is still a lingering feeling of emptiness or anxiety. Or worse, every time you are about to receive money, something happens. Your car breaks down, a family member falls sick, or an investment fails. When these patterns keep repeating, it might be a sign that your wealth energy is being blocked. In applied spiritual practice, this is called a spatial signal, meaning your space is trying to communicate that something is out of balance. And when that signal starts to match up with what is actually happening in your life, that is your cue to take action. Do not wait until the damage is done. Sometimes, just a small adjustment on top of your refrigerator can be the very first step in transforming your entire destiny. In the next section, I will share how to correctly place a Feng Shui object to attract wealth and restore harmony within your home. But first, here is something most people overlook: the position of the refrigerator itself. If your fridge is placed directly facing the front door, that means any prosperity energy that enters is immediately pulled out. No matter how hard you work, it becomes very difficult to hold on to money. Or if the fridge is placed too close to the stove, which represents the fire element, it can create a water-fire conflict, causing emotional imbalance and tension among family members. This becomes especially important during full moons or seasonal changes, when the energy in your home tends to shift dramatically. These are the times when financial disruptions are most likely to happen. The refrigerator, as a central hub of prosperity, will amplify those effects if its energy is misaligned. Some families, after simply rearranging their refrigerator, placing the right item on top, cleaning the surface thoroughly, and removing energy-blocking clutter, noticed positive changes within just a few weeks. Unexpected money arrived, jobs became smoother, and the atmosphere at home felt lighter. This is not magic. It is the result of realigning the energy flow in your space. So take a few minutes to observe your own refrigerator. Is it clean and tidy? What is sitting on top of it? Could it be harboring stuck or negative energy without you realizing it? If these questions give you pause, then congratulations. You have just discovered a powerful opportunity to shift the energy in your home, starting with a place most people ignore. If you have recognized the presence of an invisible blockage right on top of your refrigerator, then this is your moment to release it. There is no need to replace your fridge or remodel your kitchen. Just a few intentional and mindful adjustments can completely renew the energy field in your home. Step 1. Cleanse and purify the energy. Start by wiping down the surface of your refrigerator, especially the top. Use a clean cloth dampened with diluted salt water or a natural herbal infusion made from grapefruit leaves or lemongrass. These herbs are known to be powerful cleansers of negative energy. Do this during the rising yang hours, between 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the morning, when the first sunlight enters your kitchen. Open your windows to let the space be purified by natural light. Next, light a stick of pure incense, ideally natural, without synthetic fragrance. As it burns, silently recite an intention like, "Open the path to abundance, cleanse away misfortune, and invite positive energy back into this home." If possible, place a bowl of clean water on top of your refrigerator for the first 24 hours. Add a few petals of jasmine or white rose. The flowers will help absorb any lingering stagnant energy. Step 2. Place a prosperity-enhancing object. One of the most traditional Feng Shui items is a set of 3 ancient Chinese coins tied with red thread, symbolizing harmony between heaven, earth, and humanity. Make sure the side with inscriptions is facing up, and place it on the left corner of your fridge's top. Other suitable items include a piece of yellow quartz crystal, a small brass wealth charm, or a money toad, the 3-legged frog with a coin in its mouth. If you are not familiar with using spiritual objects, you can instead place a small potted plant with round, lush green leaves, such as golden pothos or peace lily. Just make sure the plant stays vibrant. Never let the soil dry out or the leaves wilt. Absolutely avoid fake or low-quality spiritual items or anything that is chipped or damaged. These carry distorted energy and may backfire instead of attracting prosperity. Step 3. Activate the energy with intentional ritual. Once you have placed your chosen item on top of the fridge, gently rest your right hand on it. Close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths, and silently affirm, "I welcome abundance. I allow wealth to flow into my home." Repeat this every morning for the first 7 days. This simple daily practice helps sync your personal energy with the energy of your home, which is a core principle in spiritual Feng Shui. You can also write a short positive affirmation, such as, "Money flows to me easily and continuously," and place it underneath the item. This acts as an energetic anchor, aligning the vibration of your space with your intention. Step 4. Absolute don'ts. Common mistakes to avoid. Never place sharp tools like knives or scissors, or heat-producing appliances like air fryers or electric cookers on top of the refrigerator. Do not store empty or worn-out items like an empty milk carton or discarded jars. These create a sense of depletion and block positive energy. Never leave unpaid bills, debt notices, or loan documents up there. Symbolically, it is like you are anchoring bad luck in the very place that represents wealth in your home. Avoid placing religious statues on the fridge. As the refrigerator stores food, it is not a sacred altar. Doing so may unintentionally violate spiritual taboos, and most importantly, keep it tidy. Every item holds its own energetic frequency. When the space becomes chaotic, the resulting interference creates instability in your wealth flow and disharmony within the household. Why is all of this necessary? Because energy does not just come to you by chance. It must be guided, opened, and maintained. These rituals are not merely superstitions. They are expressions of mindfulness, respect for your space, and deep alignment with your own positive intentions. Each morning, when you see that item on your refrigerator, your mind is reminded, "I am living in abundance." And that daily reinforcement creates a wave of inner energy that radiates outward. Only when you put your heart into the smallest action does the largest transformation begin to unfold. In the next part, I will share a true story about a woman who lost everything, but after a simple refrigerator ritual, her entire life took a new turn. Step 5. Maintain and renew the energy regularly. One common mistake is forgetting that energy requires ongoing care. Even after placing a Feng Shui item, the refrigerator still absorbs the surrounding energy field. So every 15 days, or on the first day of the lunar month, make sure to gently clean the item using a soft, unused white cloth to remove dust and stagnant energy. If you are using a crystal, rinse it with diluted salt water and let it sit in morning sunlight for about 30 minutes to recharge its energy. If you use a living plant, check for wilted leaves or stagnant water. These are signs the energy is draining. Refresh the water or repot the plant if needed. You can also sprinkle a little sea salt around the base of the refrigerator overnight, then vacuum it up in the morning. This helps absorb invisible negative energy from surrounding electronics. Step 6. Integrate intentional thinking into modern Feng Shui. Traditional Feng Shui was rooted in physical actions, but in our modern world, we now know that thoughts and intentions carry equally powerful and sometimes more lasting vibrations. To elevate your wealth frequency, try the following. Each morning, look at the item and say a positive affirmation aloud. A small daily mental ritual, like, I am a magnet for abundance. I live in prosperity. Keep an energy journal. Every time something positive happens, a payment arrives, a contract is signed, your health improves, write it down and match it with the time you began the ritual. This helps you clearly see the connection between your energy and your real-life results. Avoid speaking negatively near your kitchen, especially close to your fridge. Phrases like, I am always broke, or nothing tastes good anymore, are, in essence, programming your prosperity center in the wrong direction. A few advanced suggestions for serious practitioners. You can add a small 5-rod metal wind chime near your kitchen to help spread yang energy from the refrigerator area. On the day of the god of wealth in the lunar calendar, the 10th day of the first lunar month, you may light a white incense stick and offer fresh fruits in front of your fridge as a gesture to invite abundance to stay. If your family is experiencing chronic illness or emotional unrest, place a small jar of dried lavender or a hematite stone near the Feng Shui item. These additions can help stabilize the energy field and offer emotional support. So what is the deeper message behind all these rituals? It is not just about changing the way your space looks. It is a daily reminder to yourself, I have the power to transform my life, starting with the smallest details. When you clean your refrigerator, you are cleansing your mind. When you place an item with intention, you are placing your trust. When you repeat affirmations, you are rewriting your spiritual map. Energy does not come from the object. It comes from your focus, your love, and your consistency in action. And now, let us move to the next section, where I will share a real story about a woman who lost everything, simply because of one unpaid bill left sitting on top of her refrigerator. There is a little-known truth. What you see on the physical surface is only the tip of the energetic iceberg. In spiritual Feng Shui, every object, whether it is a refrigerator, a coin, or a single leaf, is a symbol of a much deeper flow beneath it. The refrigerator, though it may seem ordinary, is actually the embodiment of your household's wealth reservoir. It represents the flow of food, and food, as we know, is living energy. From an energetic perspective, stored food is the accumulation and movement of nourishing energy, not just for the body, but for your destiny as well. So why is it that placing just one wrong item on top of your fridge can affect your entire financial flow? The answer lies in the energy field that connects physical objects with human consciousness. Every object carries not only a functional purpose, but also becomes a focal point for the energy of belief, intention, hope, or fear. Imagine placing an unpaid bill on top of your refrigerator. Every time you enter the kitchen, even if you do not consciously notice it, your mind is being subtly reminded that something is missing, that you lack something. That unconscious repetition creates a recurring energetic pattern, which over time begins to shape how you spend, how you view money, and even how you value yourself. On the other hand, when you place a positive item, like an old coin, a living plant, or a yellow quartz crystal, you are sending out a different message. I choose prosperity. And that message, though invisible, reaches deep into your subconscious. It gradually shifts how you think, the decisions you make, and what you start attracting into your life. From a symbolic perspective, the 5 emperor coins are not just antique currency. They represent an era of great prosperity, embodying the harmony of heaven, earth, and humanity. These coins hold a frequency that is grounded, timeless, and stable, ideal to place near a treasury space like your refrigerator. In ancient Chinese culture, the 5 emperors from different dynasties symbolized long-lasting abundance and universal order. A round-leafed green plant represents growth, expansion, and ever-flowing prosperity. The rounder and glossier the leaves, the more they symbolize gold coins and smooth financial flow. When placed correctly, a plant not only purifies the air, but also becomes a living metaphor for sustained, healthy wealth. Fresh, natural, and continually renewing. Quartz crystals, especially yellow citrine, work as energy conductors. They absorb negativity and amplify high vibrational energy. When placed near a wealth center, like the refrigerator, citrine helps purify the energetic flow. Known as the stone of abundance, citrine is commonly used in Feng Shui to activate prosperity corners or guard spaces where money is stored. And this belief is not limited to Eastern traditions. Around the world, ancient cultures have embraced the power of transformation through symbolic items. The Egyptians used the Eye of Horus to guard their wealth. The Greeks used laurel wreaths as charms of victory and fortune. In Hindu homes, the image of goddess Lakshmi is drawn at the entrance to welcome prosperity. Even in Jewish households, it is common for a handwritten prayer to be tucked inside the refrigerator as a way to connect with divine blessings through the place that stores nourishment. In Taoist teachings, there is the concept of blessed grounds where fortune gathers. These are spaces where spiritual energy pools, allowing wealth to flow. Surprisingly, these sacred spots do not need to be grand or elaborate. Sometimes they are nothing more than a small corner or a flat surface, like the top of your refrigerator. The way you clean, arrange, and interact with that space reflects how you treat the flow of abundance in your life. Feng Shui, in the end, is not just about arranging objects to face east or west. It is the art of conscious observation and deliberate choice. It reminds us that nothing in your home is just decoration. Every detail is a living symbol, a mirror of your beliefs, your fears, and your deepest desires. And when you change the placement of a single object, you are not just altering the flow of energy in your home. You are changing a part of your destiny. You are sending a message to the universe. I am ready to receive. There is one more subtle symbol few people notice. The fabric cover placed on top of the refrigerator. If chosen correctly, in both color and material, this cover not only keeps things clean, but also enhances the energetic field. Gold tones symbolize earth-nurturing metal, which supports the wealth element. Green supports the wood element, which activates growth and prosperity. Avoid using red or black, as fire and water may conflict with the financial energy you are trying to stabilize. Symbols are not just found in objects. They are also hidden in repeated actions. When you open the fridge with a mindset of gratitude, for example, silently thanking the food inside, you are nourishing a vibration of abundance. Gratitude carries one of the highest energetic frequencies, and when it is paired with a wealth center like the refrigerator, it becomes a powerful magnetic field. Many people who tried this practice have shared that, within just 2 weeks, they felt lighter, spent money more mindfully, and, strangely, their money no longer disappeared without reason. So ask yourself, are you living in a home or in an energetic map? From the lens of energy science, every living space is a combination of matter and vibration. Every item you place, every habit you repeat, creates an energetic blueprint that shapes your career, your relationships, and your health. And the refrigerator is one of the most powerful energetic hubs within that map. In some special cases, Feng Shui masters even suggest writing your wealth intentions on a piece of paper, folding it carefully, and placing it beneath the prosperity item on top of your refrigerator, much like how people in the West create vision boards and keep them somewhere visible. What seems like a small gesture is, in fact, a powerful commitment to both your subconscious and the universe. And above all, always remember, the item itself is just the key, but the one holding that key is you. You can place all the coins and gemstones you want, But if you live in doubt, chaos, and a lack of self-love, then those objects will remain nothing more than decoration. However, if you combine those items with awareness, gratitude, and deliberate action, then nothing in this world can stop prosperity from reaching you. So when you place a small coin on top of your refrigerator, you are not simply following a ritual, you are reinstating your belief in your own life. And now, it is time to witness a real-life example, a woman who had hit rock bottom, who once felt so hopeless that she avoided opening her fridge because there was nothing left inside, but whose life was transformed by one simple act, something you too can do today.